Today I will be doing a video about starting with an objective in mind and how it applies to music production. Now this is going to be a different type of video. I've had a pretty busy weekend kind of already. I've been making a lot of music for myself and for my beats and stuff, but hopefully this helps you and hopefully this is entertaining. So let me know your thoughts and different suggestions and stuff. And I am still working on other videos, but I feel like doing this is going to help me achieve my goal of posting more frequently. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and let's get into it. So today's video is going to be about having an objective in mind when you're producing. So that means sitting down and knowing that you want to work on making a Playboy Cardi type beat or a Cavalier type beat or whoever, or even sitting down and saying you want to design a certain sound. That's what it means to have an objective. Obviously having an objective is going to keep you more productive and it's going to keep you organized and stuff, and it seems like a pretty obvious thing. It's going to be kind of an indicator of if you're being productive or not, or whether you're actually getting anything accomplished, obviously. And some of us are already objective oriented, but I was not one of them, and I'm sure a lot of people aren't. So hopefully this helps, and I'm gonna give 3 reasons why I think being objective oriented is necessary in music production. So first of all, it's going to give you a direction. When you start up FL Studio or Ableton or whatever you're using, there's not going to be anything there. It's going to be a blank page, and a lot of us have that writer's block or producer block, whatever you want to call it, where we just don't even know where to start. And sometimes we don't even want to produce just because we know we're just going to we're just not feeling inspired. So having a direction, having an objective such as wanting to create a certain type beat, or wanting to have a lead that sounds a certain way, or having a certain pad a certain way, or having a certain rhythm is going to be useful, because once you get that idea down, you can then branch off into the other things easily, because you have the foundation. The foundation is going to be missing if you don't have an objective. So for example, knowing that you want to do let's say you wanted to do a Zaytoven type beat. You know you're going to have a dirty bass, 808, you're going to have some piano, you're going to have a certain rhythm, certain drums selected. At least you know those things so that you have a direction to start in. So always great to have an objective, to be able to have just a purpose in your work and actually be going towards a goal. The second reason is that having an objective is going to give you more intentional results. So an example is sound design. So let's say you wanted to make a bass sound and you wanted it to be a crispy type of filtered bass that's going to have a lot of texture and stuff, and you know exactly how you want it. Your results, even if you don't know how to make that, your results are going to be more precise and they're going to be more interesting than if you sit down and your objective is to just make a sound in general, because you won't know where to go. So if I were to sit down and want to just make sound design, I wouldn't know what to do, and I would end up with a more basic sound than if I knew I wanted a pad that has a lot of harmonics and it sounds soft with the filter on, and it has a pitch bend. If I know all those little things, then my end result is going to be more interesting, even if I don't get that exact pad or that exact sound that I wanted to originally. So people think that you just need to let things come naturally, and you naturally need to be inspired, and you naturally need to experiment around. But the thing is, an objective will give you the opportunity to experiment, and it will actually give you better results in the end, and more interesting, and it's gonna sound almost intentional sounding, but it's not going to be. So it's very useful. Anyways, now the third reason is that having an objective in mind when you start doing anything production related is going to give you the opportunity to feel inspired, or the opportunity to branch off and add your own twist to whatever you're making. So let's say you're making a Zaytoven type beat or something. You already have the rhythm down, you have the chords down, everything's going well. You're going to start getting into the rhythm, which is what we all want to be in. We don't want to start out and have no inspiration. Having an objective is going to give you the opportunity to have things already put in motion. This is the easiest way to describe it. If you're staring at a blank project and your objective was to experiment and come up with some cool stuff, you have nothing to start off of. There's nothing there. There's no foundation to even branch off into. Whereas if you have the chords laid out for a Zaytoven type beat, or whatever type beat that you want to, or just the chords laid out in general, or certain drums, it will lead you into different opportunities to branch out and go your own direction. You're kind of going to get into the rhythm of stuff. Most of the time, the hardest thing about doing any type of work is starting off can be the most difficult part. For example, in school, when you have an essay to write, or for applications, for job applications, sometimes the hardest part is to get started on the actual work. But once you're in there, the ideas start flowing. But yeah, so hopefully that helped. So again, the 3 reasons are that, first of all, it gives you a direction to go in. Second of all, your results are going to be more intentional. They're going to sound more complex. They're going to sound more they're going to make more sense than if it was just a random idea. The third reason is that it's going to give you the opportunity to get in the zone. It's going to kind of be that that little head start that you need before you can get into the zone of producing. So hopefully that helps. Let me know what you guys think of this video, or what you guys want to see next. And again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.